Assalamu alaikum. Today we're diving into a fascinating and vital topic, Islamic psychology. You might wonder, what exactly is that? Well, it's a way of understanding mental health and well-being through the lens of Islamic teachings, blending spirituality with evidence-based psychology. This approach isn't just about religious rituals, it's about holistic healing, addressing the mind, heart, and soul together. Let's start by establishing a simple truth. In Islam, faith and spirituality are not separate from mental health. They are central to it. Modern research increasingly shows that spiritual disciplines grounded in faith serve as powerful psychological tools for overcoming suffering, building resilience, and finding inner peace. So, how does Islamic psychology frame human well being? One core concept is muhasabah, often translated as self reckoning or self audit, but it's much more than a casual reflection. Muhasabah is a sacred duty, a kind of spiritual audit that helps us examine ourselves honestly, identify our shortcomings, and align more closely with God's, Allah's guidance. It's an internal process that fosters emotional regulation and mindfulness, helping us handle the stresses of daily life with more grace. Imagine for a moment a kind of mental and spiritual thermostat. When we perform muhasabah regularly, we're essentially calibrating ourselves, keeping negative traits like pride, envy, or malice in check before they take root. It's a way of constantly tuning our inner state, much like how doctors monitor vital signs to prevent sickness. Now, to understand human nature from an Islamic perspective, we turn to what's called the anatomy of the soul, a framework rooted in classical Islamic scholarship and modern integrative therapy. This model breaks down our human experience into four interconnected: Apo, which is our intellect, reasoning, and rational mind; Nafs, the emotional and behavioral inclinations; Ruh, the spirit or divine aspect within us; and Ihsas, our feelings and emotional consciousness. Think of it like a complex but delicate machinery. The Aql guides and moderates. The Nafs can sway us towards desires or impulses. The Ruh connects us to the divine and offers deeper meaning, and Ihsas signals our emotional state. When these parts are in harmony, we experience peace. When they're out of balance, say unchecked desires or unmanaged emotions, symptoms like anxiety, anger, or despair can emerge. Here's where vigilance comes into play. The Islamic practice of muraqabah, or continuous watchfulness, acts like a spiritual immune system. It encourages us to remain aware of harmful thought like arrogance, envy, or malice as they arise. The goal? To catch these negative tendencies early, much like a health screening, and prevent them from becoming ingrained patterns. This constant awareness helps us develop a kind of inner resilience, fortifying us against mental health challenges. Now, let's discuss one of the most transformative concepts in Islamic psychology: tawbah, or repentance. But not just repentance as a religious act. Think of it as a psychological healing process. When we realize we veered off course, say through harmful speech, wrong choices, or negative thoughts, tawbah helps clear away the veil that clouds our inner vision of the divine and our true selves. It's a process of sincere remorse, seeking forgiveness, and making determined efforts to change. Restorative steps that mend not only our relationship with God, Allah, but also repair social bonds. This act of self purification and renewal can be profoundly healing. It reduces guilt, alleviates remorse, and empowers individuals to move forward with hope. Importantly, it's not about guilt tripping ourselves, but about viewing mistakes as opportunities for growth, a psychological perspective that fosters resilience and self compassion. To make this more tangible, consider self regulation as managing a treacherous business partner, your nafs. This partner can be unreliable, driven by desires and impulses. The aql, or rational self, is like the vigilant CEO, monitoring, regulating, and making strategic decisions. Islamic psychology teaches that through patience, prayer, reflection, and repentance, we can become better managers of our inner state, gaining mastery over harmful tendencies instead of being ruled by them. Let's now look at a broader global perspective, what some call the faith sensitive humanitarian paradigm. In today's world, especially in crisis zones or among vulnerable populations, faith plays a crucial role in mental health resilience. Modern mental health models emphasize cultural humility, a shift from simple cultural competence to truly respecting and understanding how individuals find meaning and connection through faith. Research shows that variables such as belief in God, The ability to forgive, hopefulness, and regular prayer serve as powerful protective factors in mental health. These spiritual practices foster a sense of purpose, community, and inner strength, helping individuals cope with trauma, loss, and uncertainty. What's even more important is recognizing that for many communities, faith is not a secondary aspect. It is the lens through which they interpret their entire existence. Incorporating this understanding into care, what we might call decolonial approaches, is essential. Instead of imposing Western models that may feel alien or disconnected, we adapt mental health support to honor and integrate faith based resilience strategies. So, whether you're a mental health practitioner, a community leader, or someone simply interested in holistic well being, appreciating the role of faith, especially Islamic faith, can dramatically enhance our approaches to healing and growth. In conclusion, Islamic psychology offers profound insights into human nature. It teaches us that our spiritual practices, self reckoning, vigilance, repentance, are not separate from our mental health journey. They're integral tools for emotional regulation, resilience, and inner peace. By understanding and applying these frameworks, we can foster a more compassionate, culturally sensitive approach to mental health, one that recognizes faith as a vital component of healing, especially for communities for whom religion remains a source of hope, identity, and strength. Thank you for joining me today in exploring the rich, transformative world of Islamic psychology. May we all find guidance and peace on our journey towards holistic well being. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if you found this beneficial, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and come back for more, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.